Hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Happy fall and winter. Today we're featuring another great recipe with my homemade chicken stock. So stay tuned at the end of the video. There'll be a link that you can check it out. Make your own. It tastes so much better than that stuff you get in the grocery store. This recipe is so easy, it's ridiculously fast. We're going to start by dicing our onion. We'll cut it in half, remove the ends opposite of the root end, and peel. You can use one big onion or two medium or two small onions. Next we're going to slice them almost all the way through and give them a nice dice. Oh, by the way, if you're in the market for a maple and walnut homemade cutting board, I make them. They're available on a link below on our website. My pot's been heating on medium-high heat for about 3 minutes, as long as it took me to cut up these onions. Let's go ahead and add our oil. I'm gonna throw in our onions. Next, we're gonna saute for about 1 minute to give them some color and flavor. Then we'll add 2 pounds of our ground turkey. And we'll cook until browned. The original recipe called for 1 pound of ground turkey, but you know me, I want to add some meat to that soup. Now, we're going to be serving this with some cilantro if your guests like it. Don't put it in unless they do want it. And we're going to soak this in some cold water in a bowl in our sink to do 2 things: to remove the sand particles and to freshen it up. Now that's coming together just nicely. Now, we are using ground turkey, so you're not going to have a lot of fat content in here. If you do want to drain it off, you can, but I don't really think it's necessary because it's not really that much and it's pretty lean meat. So at this point, we're going to add our seasonings. We're going to put a Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning mix that you would make the ranch dressing with, and also a packet of your favorite taco seasoning. I like the Old El Paso or whatever you happen to find in your store. And we're going to stir this around to get it mixed up before we add our other ingredients. This is because you want this to not clump up. Almost like we're making a roux. That's looking good. There's no clumps. At this point, we're going to add our 4 cups of our homemade chicken stock, a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. I'm using the regular tomato sauce, not salt-free, because there's no salt in my chicken stock. I never put salt in my chicken stock. Next, we're going to add the red kidney beans. I like these smaller beans that Goya makes. We're going to drain them well, rinse them and drain them in a colander, put them back in the can again. Same thing with your black beans. Rinse them in a colander, drain them, put them back in the can again, then dump it in. No liquid, just the beans. A can of the Rotel tomatoes. These are the chunky style, the Rotel. I actually did drain a little bit of this water off from the lid on the can. And 1 can of whole corn. Too bad it's not summertime, where you can get whole kernel corn right off the cob, but being the fall and winter, it's going to be hard to find and not going to be very good. So I did happen to find this one, which is a fire roasted whole kernel corn, which might be kind of interesting. And we're going to stir this together, and we're going to add a secret ingredient that we don't have to tell my wife about, a little beer, about a 1/2 cup. And we're going to bring it together until it starts to simmer. And when that happens, we're going to lower it down to medium-low. We're going to pop on the lid and let it simmer for about 20-25 minutes. Now, about halfway through our simmer time, we're going to test for saltiness. Perfect. Not going to add any salt. little fresh cracked pepper though. In the meantime, let's get our cilantro ready. And we're gonna put it on some paper towels here to kind of dry out them leaves. Then remove the leaves by popping them off the stems. You don't want to use the stems because they're bitter and they're tough. So we're just popping off these leaves. Now find out first how many people are going to want cilantro, because you're not going to take too much. Then be throwing some away. Now the rest you can store in a damp paper towel in the dehydrator section in the refrigerator. Stay for at least 3 days. Give them a nice chop. Boy, that smells awesome. How easy is this? To serve this up, we're going to place a bowl on top of a plate. Now, if your guests like a little sriracha sauce, this would be the time to add that. You can actually put in a few drops around, not too much, just enough where they're going to find it. I like sriracha sauce. Next, we're going to top with some sour cream. Next, we're going to take some tortilla chips, crush them up, put them on top. We'll put some chips around that plate as well. Maybe some cilantro. And if they like, a little shredded cheese. Now, is that easy and delicious? Perfect with an ice cold light beer. Hey, thanks for cooking with me today. You're always welcome in my kitchen. If you have not done so, please subscribe to our channel. We love having you around. Thanks for watching.